Welcome back to the Papadoo Podcast.
Papadoo! Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Papadoo Podcast. And tonight, Joseph and I are going to be talking about Quadeca's brand new album, From Me to You. We are also live on stereo right now. So if you guys are seeing this on YouTube, you can listen into these podcasts live on stereo. We go live every Sunday night, typically around 9 Central Time or 9:30 Central Time. There's about 32 people in here right now that are OGs. And like I said, you guys can listen in live if you want to. And then we do a quick little Q&A at the end of the podcast as well, so you guys can send in little voice messages and we can interact with you guys that way. Now, Joseph is on the other line. I'm not letting him speak this entire podcast. It's all me because I'm wearing this super comfortable hoodie right now. And I got my Mountain Dew, so Joey, don't say a fucking word for the rest of the time. Good boy. Okay, you can speak now.
Yeah. Yo, what is going on, everybody? I'm excited that we were finally doing a back-to-back episode. Can't think of the last time we did that, because when we did our last podcast, I feel like there was a gap before that last one, too. You know what I mean? So just glad to be consistent here, and we have some things to talk about. Definitely gonna, for me, it's my first time talking about Quadeca's album. People have been badgering me about talking about it or doing an album review.
Yeah, you
which
didn't,
I didn't do
any of that. Like, you did no reactions, no nothing, because you're a shitty friend.
Yeah, no, it's because I just wanted to. I really wanted to listen to the album naturally. You know what I mean? I wanted to take a long drive at night and just kind of just let the album hit me, and just that was basically it. Last time when I listened to his other album, Voice Memos, I was just sitting in front of a computer. Felt like I shouldn't be pausing so much, but I have to pause to make my points when they're fresh in my mind. But I was like, this is no way to listen to an album. This is terrible.
It really sucks because I want to do that with every album. I just want to sit down and listen to it and enjoy it and be a fan of the music. And I typically do that with all of our friends, like with Your Music or Vin J or Luke Gone, Chase, all these guys. I just sit down and listen to the music. I don't want to always be in front of the camera and critique my friend's music and shit like that. Right. But with Quadeca's, it had to be done because I feel like I would have been crucified specifically if I didn't do that.
Yeah.
So I'm envious of you in that aspect.
There's just, I don't know. I think if you would have explained it, if you felt like explaining it, then people would understand. But
I mean, I've explained it before, but I'm chopped liver, so it's just we don't care. Listen to the shit anyway. You have feelings?
But yeah,
what?
we're definitely gonna get into that. I've been doing a lot of Twitch. I think I mentioned that last time, but it's been going really well. I wanted to re-mention it because I think I'm one stream away from getting qualified for partner.
Yeah, that's dope, dude. I popped in the other day. You had 115 people in there, which is that's awesome for Twitch. It's super professional too. It looks great. Just the way the stream's organized, the way you interact with people in the cutscenes and stuff. You look like you've been doing it for a minute. So it's really cool to see.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. All I do is copy I'm Dante and what he does. So hard work and dedication and just studying the game, and
I'm Dante's
game. That's pretty much What?
What? Just studying I'm Dante's game.
What? No. What?
No.
Why would you say?
Yo, I forgot to pop it. I've
bro.
had it in my hand the whole time. I'm popping it right now. Do you have yours?
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's called the Papadoo Podcast. My name Papadoos. What the Papadoo Pop? All right, here we go. I sound like Bill Cosby.
So did you pop the dude?
Yeah.
Did you pop the top of the can near the phone microphone, or did you do it near the phone? Oh, my alerts are on. My Twitch alerts are on.
Did you just get a new follower?
Yeah. Shout out to Risu99. Shout out to you.
My man Joe just cross-promoting here. What an asshole. We're live on an app that's going on YouTube that is being advertised on Twitch. What are we doing here?
Look, guys, you have to follow me on YouTube. You have to follow me on Twitch. You have to follow me on Stereo.
TikTok.
Won't take no for
Facebook,
an answer.
Instagram. Dude, there's so many. There's
LinkedIn.
Literally just, it's crazy, man. I feel so guilty sometimes when I'm hey, guys, follow my new album's out. Pre-order it now, but also follow me on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Stereo,
yeah,
Twitch.
I know.
All these crazy different platforms that
Too much
everybody's
to ask.
on. Yeah, I feel guilty doing that most of the time. So anybody that's literally just followed across everything, first of all, you are insane. like seriously insane. Should
Facts.
probably get some help. But
Yeah.
second of all, thank you very much. But
Yeah, you're the best. Never change.
you never change. Yeah, I pop the.
You need some help. You really need some help, but never
Don't
change.
We need
You're
you.
amazing.
Do not change. You amazing individual. But yeah, I
Actually
popped the
true,
Mountain Dew
though.
between the microphone and the phone, so we're Gucci.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. I wonder if people could hear me okay because my headphones are plugged into the phone. So I wonder if my voice is coming through the microphone.
I'm assuming
of the
people
headphones?
can hear us because there's still 33 people in here. And
All right, well, shout out
we've
to
been
them.
live for like 8 minutes. Can you imagine? We're just live the whole time, and it's just like blank air, but 33 people are like, you know what? I'm going to support these guys and just stay here anyway. Maybe they'll start saying stuff at the 10-minute mark.
That'd be amazing. Or they would all die at the same time, and they just happen to leave their phones on, so they just couldn't change it.
I think one is more plausible than the other.
Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, so I'm just super proud of like the whole Twitch thing that's been going on. It's just been nice to now when I do music producer reacts videos or just any reaction videos that aren't on stream, it feels so lonely because I'm like reacting with nobody like watching with me. It's weird.
Does the audience like play a factor in how you react or like what you say? Kind of like Fantano's reviews.
I
Bro,
guess a little bit.
I swear, bro. Like, go ahead. I'll say it in a minute.
Okay, I interact with them, but they don't like sway my thoughts. You know what I mean? Like, for example, the other day I reacted to like an NF song. And I didn't post the reaction because the second half of that Layer song, I wasn't really like feeling like that, and it was really noticeable that I wasn't really feeling it. And I just, even though people in the chat were like, "This is fire, this is dope," I didn't end up posting that. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna say no, but the pacing and how much I pause, maybe that's a little bit different. Because when I'm on stream, it's kind of like, let's watch it together, type thing.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So,
because I reacted to the Quadeca stream or to the Quadeca album live on stream, and I definitely paused it way less than I would have if I'm breaking it down song by song. Especially since it's a whole album review. Like, I'm not going to pause 15 times a song. That'll be like a 6-hour live stream. So,
yeah.
But like, dude, with Fantano's live streams, bro, I swear, like, it just completely changes his views and opinions of the songs. Like, and his chat is so fucking toxic anyway.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I mean, well, yeah.
It's great. Like, I've watched enough videos to see the difference, I think.
Well, with him, no, you're right about him. He, it's all a game though, man. Like, it's all
politics.
entertainment.
Yeah, that's all it is.
So it's all like just entertaining the crowd and being more entertaining. If he is how he is on his regular videos, typically regular videos, because sometimes he wiles out and has fun, but if he is how he is on his regular videos on a Twitch stream, it just might not translate as well. You know what I mean? So he has to pull out the douche card a little bit for that, for the Twitch streams. And I don't know. I kind of get it. You know what I mean? It's hard to say his chat is toxic because it's so much. He reacts to so much different music.
He does.
It's very possible there's just people that just aren't feeling certain
everything
songs.
I have never seen his chat like a single song ever. And I've watched so many, like at least 50 plus. Yeah, at least 50 plus videos. I think Dupley is the name of the channel that like clips it and then puts it on the channel.
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, I've watched so many, and I have never seen the chat like a single song that he's listened to live. Never. At least I can't recall one. Can you?
No.
You can't.
I haven't watched as many as you. So.
Nah,
but,
I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I think that it's all
the
a
most
game
recent
for
one
him.
I watched was the Quadeca one that he just checked out because I was like, oh, like he's on the bandwagon now with Quadeca. Let's see what he thought about actual songs, actual cuts from the album.
Did not like it.
And then he was like,
Did not like it at all.
And I was like, I get it. I kind of get it. I don't, and we'll talk about it, but a lot of this album I feel like does need to be listened to from beginning to end to fully appreciate the
it's an
style
album.
of it.
It's hard to. Oh shit! What the fuck? My camera just.
Did you literally just die?
Flag on the play. My camera just ate ass right there.
Wait, what?
How did this happen?
What happened to the camera?
I think I used
I
the
need
wrong-
context. What happened?
I think I used the wrong descriptive right there.
Wait, what happened to the camera?
I don't know if I like kicked the tripod and it just absolutely shat itself. Like,
Bro.
now my microphone.
Crypt-
Jesus Christ.
Crypt is pissed
Fuck!
at Anthony Fantano, bro.
Fuck this
He is
motherfucker,
pissed at
man.
Anthony Fantano. He's like, I was watching his fucking stream, and then he kicks it, and the
I don't
tripod
even
falls
know
over.
What just happened? What the?
Bro, I don't know. You just had like a
this
knee-jerk
is-
reaction
Yeah.
to what I was saying.
Yo, now the angle is just gonna be completely fucking different. This would be a cool angle for a reaction video, but that's not what the fuck I'm doing right now, camera. All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're in a new setup. You're in the streaming room, right?
Yeah. Okay. So this is very close. Very close. We're getting back to normal.
Okay.
Here.
All right. A lot of hiccups on this podcast, but it wouldn't be the Papa Do podcast if we didn't have that.
Fuck!
By the way,
God dang it, dude. Almost hung
Yo,
up
I
the
don't
stereo
understand.
call. You
This
can't even
is
see
crazy.
it. Focus on me,
My-
bitch. My camera's not
All
even
right.
focusing anymore.
So,
Focus.
guys, I just want to know. This is a good time to bring this up.
Oh my God.
Do you prefer? Well, no. I was gonna ask a food-related question, but let's not do that. I made a video where I took a clip from my Twitch stream recently, and it's me having technical difficulties and just cracking jokes about it and trying to figure it out, and chat just ripping me a new one basically during
funny
a
video.
7-minute
I liked it.
span.
I think I'm
Yeah,
fine now, but I can't move a single body part, or else everything will just crumble again. I don't want that to happen.
Crypt has seen it. I was just wondering if you guys want to see the video, because if so, I will post it on the second channel. So make sure to leave a comment on Spotify to let us know what you think.
Another
about
social media platform
that.
to follow us on.
Yeah, make
Dude,
sure to
it's just-
follow us on Spotify.
Dude, we have.
Can you follow us podcast on Spotify?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I know
you
you can
could.
follow artists. I assume you can follow a podcast.
Hmm.
I haven't even checked to see if anybody listened to the last one. Because
You know what?
We don't get paid for it.
Let's do it right now. I'm gonna go on Anchor and check
Can you
this
go
out
on
and
Anchor
see.
while you're on stereo?
Yeah.
All right, multitask. I like it.
Last one.
Yo, I just bought like a
Wait.
wall mount for this camera so I could avoid this
is
problem.
terrible.
And I've had it
Yeah.
for a week, and I just haven't installed it in this room. Because I also got a new desk from Respawn. Shout out to Respawn. They sponsor me specifically. That's the chair that I'm sitting in right now. But they also
Gotcha.
make the desk that I'm putting up here, and they also got me another chair. But yeah, I didn't install it on the wall because I didn't know what the setup was going to be like. But this problem would have been avoided because I wouldn't have kicked the fucking tripod that the camera's on.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, that was the issue. I somehow kicked the tripod. But we're good now.
So basically, I'm looking at these stats here, and it's not good.
That's great.
It's great. Yeah, no. It's going to take some time to get back, because I think the people are pissed at us.
I would be.
I think they're like, bro, like, all we ask you guys to do is sit in a chair for an hour and just make fun of Joey. That's all we ask for. Why can't we get that? And, yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it now. Make fun of me.
Eyebrows gone, not there.
There we go. It's just the go-to.
The classic.
eyebrows.
Yeah, it's the classic.
Of course.
It's just, it's hard to not go there.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about this album more. Do you want to just do a song by song type thing that we usually do when we talk about albums on the podcast, or what?
Sure, yeah. If you want to pull up the track list, we'll just.
Oh, I
we'll
don't
give her
need
a
to pull
spin.
it up. I
Oh,
know the track list.
Okay, what's the first song?
Colors.
That's not a song. It's an intro.
The first song then is.
Candles on Fire. You are correct.
What? It's.
Is it? I thought it was Candles on Fire.
Yeah.
Well, see,
No.
I didn't claim to know the track list, so I'm okay. I'm in the clear with this. I thought it was Candles. All right. see.
Couloir is the first song. You got to
Couloir.
count these. You got to count these skits or whatever you want to call them, interludes or whatever, as songs, because so much damn like work went into these freaking intros and interludes and stuff. Like I feel like they deserve the same respect as a regular song. No.
I agree.
So yeah, the first one I thought was interesting because he's playing the ukulele in the first one. That's that like main instrument that he's playing, and he put like a flanger on it. And I know about that because he actually spoke about it in a video where he was like, "That's a little trick to get like a psychedelic sounding, guitarish type sound." But he was like, he does it with a ukulele, and I thought that was interesting. And
I thought it
kind of interests you. I bet you it's a ukulele. Call him up right now.
Dude, all right, you're just like the 8th person that's told me to call Quadeca this week for a favor. But
when's Quadeca's new song coming out, Crypt?
Fuck you! I don't know. I don't care. Shoot me, man. Anyway, I called it a mandolin in my reaction, and the people like were shitting all over me. And so it's clearly some other instrument that they said that they didn't fucking know.
It's clearly an accordion.
It's clearly
Fucking
Quadeca
dumbass.
standing on a piano throwing peanuts at the strings of the back of the piano making the noise. You dumb idiot bitch, Crypt. Do you even know music? Are you a rapper? You call yourself a reactor rapper? You ain't shit. You can't even tell that it's peanuts hitting a piano string. What a fucking idiot.
That was good on the fly. That was good.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, then he shows off his glitches, like with his little glitch effect that he does with the distortion and all this craziness. And then he distorts his vocal. That's him yelling in the intro. He's like, ah! Ah! He's like doing something like that.
You want to do that
again? Just mad, like, distort. Ah! Ah!
Very on point. I appreciated that.
Yo, it really is. If you go back and listen to it, you'll be like, oh, shoot. Is Joey on this album? Is he the one that did that? But,
it's very Kanye-esque sounding.
Yeah, with distorted vocals, like with reverb on it. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, then you have your little monologue or dialogue in the beginning between the two engineers, I guess they are.
That was a sneeze.
Yeah, it sounded like an ad lib.
We can use that one day.
Yo, that would make a dope ad lib. Yo, that's original. That's the type of stuff we got to start doing, bro.
Crypt Sneezes. Yeah, the Quadeca album has just made you explore random areas that you should not be exploring.
Bro, for real. Freda got mad at me the other night because I was
just
recording her
farting in the
sleeping.
microphone. I want to sample this.
Exactly.
Quadeca can do it, so can I. I'm gonna sample my shit.
It's like, where's the cat been for the last 3 hours? Don't worry about it.
He makes funny noises when I do weird things to him.
Okay, wow. I was just gonna say it was just forcing the cat to meow, but all right. Canceled. Anyways, Sisyphus, we don't really got to get into it that much, but I think that's the best song on the album for me.
Yeah, I would put it up there for sure. But back to Couloir, I thought it was like a really cool, like it just kind of mixed all of the sounds together into one intro track. Like I thought it was a good synopsis of the whole way the album was going to sound.
Right. Yeah, and that's exactly how I took it. When I heard all the sounds, I was like, okay, I think he's given us an idea of what we're going to hear.
Yeah.
On this project, which is kind of true, kind of not, because when Sisyphus came on, I was like, okay, this is like the intro on steroids, kind of. But then when Candles on Fire came on, I was it took me a minute to get in the groove of it, to be honest, because it was such a mood switch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I thought it was a fucking perfect third song. Or like second song. Like I thought it was just the switch of tempo and everything was just it got my attention quick.
Yeah. So he basically ended up doing like a 4 to the floor rhythm with it, which I thought was kind of interesting because I haven't heard Quadeca do that style before. It's like boom, bow, boom, bow, boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's more like of that in Shades of Us, when it's not like the halftime tempo parts. But yeah, I thought it was really cool. I thought it was almost like what people would want from Quadeca that weren't so much on board with the whole melodic part of him. You know what I mean? Like, we want the ignorant, we want the rapping, we want the bars, da-da-da-da. And that's kind of what you get on Candles on Fire. It's almost like a mature, ignorant Quadeca.
Yeah, I can see that.
Sort of. Can you go for that? Maybe?
Yeah, for sure. No, I can go with that.
I need to take a sip. Say something.
He had like one thing in this song that like stood out to me so much. I don't even know what he said, but I heard like, take it back, voila, boop. Like, it's just like some weird fucking thing he did. And I was like, oh my God. Like, that just sounds great. There it is. And look, it's not a voila, it disappeared. Okay.
Yeah, it's the way he articulated it. And the articulation was like really crisp, really clear. If I had to take a guess, he took a long time to perfect that line, recording it.
And there was a beat drop behind it too, so it made it stand out.
Yeah,
more.
the percussion was like rolling with all the syllables he was saying. So it just like really, I don't know. That's the type of like power you have as when you produce your own songs to like really make yourself sound even better of an artist with your production, like supporting you like that.
Yeah, for sure. Just the little minute details like that.
Yeah, but it's funny because Anthony Fantano said he didn't really like his vocal performance on this song, and I thought that was the best part of the song. I thought his vocals were great. I thought it was like great energy. I thought all the words were said clearly, besides the part that you just clearly said you didn't understand what he said. But I
mean, it was a one-time listen, so I'm not gonna remember all the words, but I remembered voila. And there's like I tried to do a noise and it didn't work. We're just gonna
I don't know. When he raps fast, sometimes it's a little tough for me because of the lisp. But at the same time, I don't know. He is saying the words right, and he's getting them out as clear as he can, and I think it still works. And it works to his advantage of having a unique voice. You know what I mean? So
I got you.
But yeah, the next one, Shades of Us, I thought it was really cool how it started because it started with like these big distortion, like in the beginning, just like kind of I don't know, kind of warping a little bit. And then you have his vocals do that bend that you went like, ooh, like he bent up and everything. I was like, ooh, this is about to be big. And then he makes his voice so minuscule and thin with a little lazy organ synth in the background. And I thought that was cool. I was like, okay, he's like really flexing his muscles with the production on this one. But yeah, I don't know. I like Shades of Us a lot. Anthony Fantano kind of ruined it for me a tiny bit because he was like, yo, this sounds like Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean, yeah.
100th degree. And then I was like, damn, you're kind of right. It does. Not the rap parts. That kind of helps separate it a little bit. But I was like, yo, I could really hear Frank Ocean like singing this hook right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't one of my favorites.
I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it wasn't one of my favorites. And honestly, I don't remember too much of it. I remember like the chorus being pretty big and he sounded good. But like I can't really remember the rest of the song that much as compared to some of these other ones.
I think the drum pattern for it, or the drum style, is like really similar to Alone Together. I saw like a lot of consistencies with that, but I thought it was really catchy. I think it's weird because Shades of Us and Smiling at the Ground both sound like the two of the most immature songs on the album, but they have the catchiest hooks to me. Like, they almost reminded me of like Hoodie Allen type vibes a little bit. Especially probably Smiling at the Ground reminded me of like Hoodie Allen.
Yeah. I mean, I did not like Smiling. Smiling at the Ground is my least favorite song.
Wow.
Just because like the happy poppy sound, like I've never liked that with anybody. Like Quadeca's my friend.
I got you.
But like I just cannot.
He wanted to disclose that.
Yeah, I was like, I like the guy a lot, but like I just can't do that kind of sound.
Yeah, I like it. You know, I like the happy-go-lucky stuff. Let's go get a candy bar and look in each other's eyes while eating ice cream while trying to get at chicks, but at the same time, I can't do that because all right.
Happily fiancéed.
Yeah, happily fiancéed. But yeah, or we could look at guys too. The smiling at the ground aspect, though, what is that? What does that mean? Because I thought this had to do with like his fan base or like his phone. Like he was talking about his phone. I was like smiling at the ground. Does that have to do with like looking at your phone? Like did I miss the point of this song? I don't know if you slammed your headphones on the ground 20 seconds into the song, so maybe you didn't hear the whole thing. But I don't.
I mean, I remember the lines like him, like he Googled his fake name and like 1 million results popped up, but like nobody knew him. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So let me look up the Genius and see what they say on Genius.
It leaves it open to. It could be kind of an open interpretation type thing. Yeah, and that's one thing that I do like about Quadeca's music. He does leave things kind of vague.
No, that's very smart because you could totally ruin somebody's perception of the song if you explain it. That's why I've never been a fan of the Genius interviews, honestly.
That's why you never what in interviews?
That's why I've never been a fan of like the Genius interviews where they break down their lyrics. Or like when people ask me to explain my lyrics, I'm like, I don't want to. Like it can mean something totally different to somebody else. And if I say like, nah, it meant this, they'd be like, oh, well, fuck this guy in this song. This isn't what I thought it was. Like it just
I think that's the right way to go about it. Yeah, that's the right way to go about it. Like the Joker movie. I don't know if you've seen Joker. I know you don't like super. I mean, it's not really a superhero movie. Yeah, I've seen the new one with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah,
and the director said, I'm not going to tell you what the meaning at the end is. Like, he said maybe one day I'll do it or later down the line I'll talk about it, but why? Why do that? The discussion continues if you don't actually say where your head was at when you created it. So
yeah, it's super smart. It's great marketing.
I think that is really smart. Yeah.
Okay, so they're basically just saying, hold up. Quad explains the disassociation he experiences as an artist as he seems to be living a double life as Ben and Quadeca. When he searches his fake name Quadeca, 1 million results pop up with none of them containing the real Ben. As a fake persona, he experiences the world as an amalgamation of pixels. I don't even know what the fuck that word is.
What?
Amalgamation.
Okay.
Amalgamations. Amalgamations of pixels.
Not doing it for me.
Just a thing of pixels. He just sees the world as nothing but pixels as a fake persona. But he takes satisfaction in knowing that Ben is still real, and that's why he's smiling at the ground. But also, Genius is a bullshit website, and it's completely fan-made, so that could not be.
It's Wikipedia, right? Yeah, it's the Wikipedia of the music industry.
Wikipedia. Way worse than Wikipedia. Like, there's just no filter on Genius. Like, I have a verified Genius account on the back end. I could go in and change any lyric I wanted to, and because I have that verified account, it would just go. And like go unquestioned. I might do it right now. Just go into Sisyphus.
Yo, it's actually a great marketing technique. Let's go to every single Eminem song that there is and just type in.
Eminem is talking about Crypt the rapper right here.
This is where he's praising Joey Nato and Crypt for their amazing work over the years. He's
telling you to listen to the Papa Do podcast. He says it verbatim. If you look at the anagrams in the song.
Genius. I wonder if you could get genius. Yo, maybe this is a sign. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I like it. Super distorted snare drum that he has going on with it, but has a lot of depth to it. He does like the super like pop emo type melody at the end. If you remember it, he was like, I'm a fucking guilty pleasure. I'm like Jaden Smith to you. Like doing all that type of stuff. And that's when Anthony Fantano started like really like zone out, by the way. He was like, all right, this is starting to sound kind of watered down a little bit, but I don't know. I like those two songs. I mean, even though if they were on the happier side, I liked them. Thought it was an interesting choice having them in the front of the album like that, but it was
I did think personally that the front of the album was like it was like front heavy of all the same sounding stuff. Because we're about to get into Can't You See and Verglas, but they both felt like interludes to me. Like Can't You See doesn't even
they basically are.
Yeah, Can't You See doesn't even have lyrics. It does, but nobody's looked them up. 'Cause, like, Can't You See doesn't even have lyrics. Yeah, Can't You See doesn't even have lyrics. It does, but nobody's looked them up. 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 It does, but nobody's looked them up.
Wait, aren't all these this has lyrics?
What?
When was there lyrics in this song?
There's lyrics.
I know his I guess his really high vocals that are just drowned out with reverb. I guess.
Yeah, there's
those are the lyrics they're talking about.
Can it be? It's you and me. Said, can't you see? It's you. Oh, oh, oh. Verse 1.
That always makes me laugh when you do that. Oh.
Don't fall asleep. We're not at all complete. Lost in the fog, walking across ropes. Can't hold on to me. And then the chorus repeats. Verse 2. Hard to stay gone. Bring me a branch to hold on. Sometimes the ground ain't so far away. I fell apart in your arms. Still felt like a part of your arms. When did these words get so hard to say? And then did it again.
Interesting. Very poetic, that one. But when I think about it, I only think about that melody. Like, can't you see? Da, 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 da. And just thinking of that. But then I just think of mad instrumental. And I can't even remember, sadly, off the top of my head, what I remember hearing. But here's what I'll say about Verglas. Is that what it is? What does Verglas mean?
It's a German thing.
Define Verglas. The love of Nazis.
What?
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
You imagine Quadeca's just secretly telling everybody, I love Nazis. I'm making a song dedicated to them. Don't skip it.
A thin coating of ice or frozen rain on an exposed surface.
Man. Yeah, the whole album's poetic. Even when it comes to some of the names. And there's definitely a further purpose behind the interludes and stuff. And I think it's almost too much for the common listener to understand.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think, the album could be looked at as a movie where you could go back and listen to it and notice different things. Like you would watch a movie and notice different things every time you watch it type thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm getting out of the album here, but this one I think is interesting, and I was thinking about this because when I was going to get my Mountain Dew, I was like, okay, let me remember what I heard on this album. And specifically, I do remember this interlude a lot because it's really big, really open sounding, really kind of quiet, but it's I don't know how to say it. It's the calm of the album. This is when things started to really start to descend down, and I think this is the calmest the album gets. But his vocals in this one are saying, "Do I really love you?" And then I'm pretty sure at the end, in Summit Part 2, if I'm not mistaken, he says, "I love you" in his vocals. So maybe there's trying to figure out if he really loves doing what he's doing or something like that. I don't know. But I think the Verglas part does play an important part in the story of the album. If I'm going to dive deep into it, which I don't usually do with music. I usually take it at face value and just be like, oh, that sounded dope. Moving on. And this is why I don't break down albums, because this hurts my head to think about this stuff. It's a lot to dissect.
For sure.
Maybe Another Day gave me... What happened?
I'm saying I don't particularly remember the interludes that much.
Yeah,
I have only listened to it once. The full album, I've only listened to it once. I've listened to, Swallow the Key. I do remember that one. I've listened to that one a lot because he has, some really cool melodies in the interlude. But, I've listened to Burning Bridges a couple times just so I can confirm my beliefs that IDK had a horrible verse on that. But I've also listened to Sisyphus and Candles on Fire a lot.
Yep. I got mixed thoughts about Burning Bridges, but we'll get to that in a second. Maybe Another Day gave me very much Drake vibes from Take Care. A certain song up there that had guitars and a similar drum pattern. And if I could find that track list, this is all about track lists. I'll tell you what it reminded me of. That was that Woke Up in the Morning, or should I say the afternoon, and you said people in your chat was like, oh my God, And you were like,
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
he's literally just saying he slept in.
Yeah,
Like,
that kind of bothered. Like, I was like, guys, chill. Like, I do remember him. Like, there was one person specifically just kept commenting it over and over and over again with a bunch of fire emojis. I was like, I get it. Like, he said he slept in. Like, I get it.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, it reminds me of "Will Be Fine," which was track 8 on Drake's "Take Care," which I think is which probably made me like think about it, because I was like, okay, this is track 8. I wonder where he's gonna draw inspiration from for this track, and it sounded kind of similar to that style a little bit to me. I mean, I guess the guitars reminded. I don't know. I gotta listen to it again to really remember, but I just remember it having a similar style.
Yeah.
To that.
I understand that, but
it was
dude, like, I hate that mindset so much. Like, people comparing styles, like, immediately off the jump.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go and say it out
I
loud.
hate you. That's basically what I'm saying, Joey. I just hate you.
I wouldn't go and just say it out loud, but it just triggers in my mind. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
this
just to me,
reminds
it's
me
like,
of something.
I feel like
I don't go
people are
seeking
just-
it.
Yeah, well, that's different. I feel like that, like, a lot of people go seeking it. Like, they immediately have in their brains, like, okay, who's he going to sound like on this right here? And, like, that's what they point out. Like, they pointed out that he sounds like Frank Ocean instead of just listening and trying to enjoy the song. And then that ruined the song for you. Or not ruined it, but, like, it definitely swayed your view on the song by him saying that.
A tiny bit, yeah. Well,
because, he
more than
could
a
draw
tiny bit.
inspiration from it, but, like, it's still Quadeca. Like, he's still talking about the things that he wants to talk about in the way that he wants to. Like, he's not trying. I can know for a fact he's not trying to be fucking Frank Ocean. He's not trying to sound like
Exactly. Because I go through the same thing sometimes. I like listen to one of my songs, and sometimes someone points something out, and I'm like, "Oh wow, I guess that does sound like this person." But that was the last thing on my mind when I was trying to create.
I feel like that's so many people are like that. Like, we're not trying to sound like somebody. Like, we're just doing our own shit, and sometimes it sounds the same. But
yeah.
It's been a pet peeve of mine, and like I saw a lot of people do that with Quadeca on this, and that just like irritated me because I know that he's trying to find his own sound, and I think he's done a great job at creating his own style. And
for sure,
yeah, fuck those people.
And then and he did a lot of pitching of the voice up and down, like a lot of pitch effects on his voice on that Maybe Another Day joint. So those are like the main things I remember about it. Then to go to Alone Together, which for a long time has been like my least favorite Quadeca recent song, like within the last 2 years, 3 years.
Why? Anthony Fantano hated that song too, and I never understood why.
I'm not huge on Quadeca's vocals on the song. I think that's really what it is, and it's so much of his vocals. I'm not a big fan of the verses on the song. I'm still not really, but at the same time, what he did with the intro for Alone Together and he did a lot of other production changes, like on the album version. He changed the actual sounds of the drums, I'm pretty sure, to like different drum sounds, and he added in like little synths in the hook that complemented it a little bit better that weren't there before. I know there's a lot more, but his whole like interlude blending into Alone Together really made it like it made me like it more. I'll say that, because he made it like a really epic build up to get into that. So yeah, why are you big on the Alone Together song?
I liked it a lot. I like the meaning behind the song and the writing to it. I thought it was very clever. Like, just being alone together, like they're both alone, but they're not together, but they're alone. They're together in their aloneness. It's just like, it makes you think about a lot of things. Like, I thought it was clever writing, and I like his voice on it. I like how somber it sounds. Like, I think he portrays the emotion very well.
I gotcha. I don't know. I feel like Swallowed the Key singing Quadeca eats
It's beautiful.
Alone Together Quadeca.
No, I agree, but it's two different. To me, it's two different. Like, I feel like he's singing the way he was supposed to on Alone Together. I definitely feel like I'm alone in this. Because everybody seems to not enjoy that song besides me. But
and I feel some people might come for my head because they might go back and look at my reaction and be like, "Well, you liked it during the reaction." Like, let me take a second to address that. Actually, I feel like when you react to a song, you're in the moment and adrenaline is kind of fueling you and pushing you to like a song because of the excitement of it coming out and just listening to it for the first time, and you're just looking for all the good in the song to comment on. But I feel like when the smoke clears and you go back and listen to the song on your own time, you're like really giving it an actual listen, and you're being more like honest with yourself about it. You know what I mean?
That's when you're actually listening as a fan instead of a reviewer.
Yeah, and I feel like it's I don't know. That's why I think a lot of reviews are like, you know, mainly positive, or a lot of reactions are mainly positive when they react to stuff. I know that's the case for me because there's a lot of songs that I've reacted to, and I go back and look at my reactions, and I'm like, man, why was I so hyped about that certain song? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really playing that song all day or anything like that. I'm not hyped about that song now. So I think you get caught up in the moment with it. Like Nat. Nat is a great example by Eminem.
Oh, yeah.
When I first heard that song, I was like, yo, Eminem's back. This is dope. Oh, my God, it sounds like Now. This is great how he did this. But when I heard it on the album, I was like, eh.
No, I get that too. So, and there was a ton of hype behind it because he hadn't dropped music and it was a surprise album. And I definitely understand that. You do 100% get lost in the moment. And I've been guilty of it plenty of times. And that is definitely a good example. That's one of my least favorite songs on that side of the album. But I think I probably spazzed out in the reaction because I was just so fucking excited.
Exactly. So
I also probably rapped about a sponsor on that too.
You also what?
Probably rapped about a sponsor on that too. Just taking a guess. Taking a wild guess.
You tend to do that sometimes.
I do that every now and again.
But yeah, now let's go to your favorite one with your favorite rapper, IDK.
Man.
I'll let you take lead on this one.
I still like it. Don't get me wrong. I still like the song. I like the last half, like Long Day, I guess would be where the beat switches and stuff. I like that more.
Yeah, I like that part a lot.
I like that more than Burning Bridges. But like,
yeah,
I love IDK. I think IDK is like a super underrated guy. People know about him, but they don't know about him. And they don't know how fucking crazy he is at rapping. And I have heard this man just absolutely wig out on many, many tracks. And I've been like one of those behind the scenes fans for a long time. And like I got so excited when I saw him on the track list. And I remember in my reaction, I was looking at the camera. I was like, Quadeca, don't you fuck this up. This is a big feature. Don't fuck it up. and then IDK's verse came on. And I was like, yo, this is not good. This is like one of the worst verses I've heard from IDK. And like it wasn't a horrible verse by any means, but it was very run-of-the-mill, like what you would expect from just someone that didn't really want to do it. Like they just like, all right, cool, I'll throw you a bone, and just did it. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I have high standards. Like I had high expectations. My expectations were not met.
Yeah, I don't think it was a comparison thing with Quadeca either, because Quadeca performed well on him, but it wasn't like a comparison thing either. He just I don't know. What's the term you use for verses like that? Phoned in?
Yeah, phoned in.
A phoned in verse? Yeah. I'm kind of with you on that. I just, maybe because I know he could flow like crazy too.
He's insane. He's so good.
Yeah, so that's why I was a little bit like, okay, I don't know. He's just going like with a super simple flow right now. And it's, yeah, I don't know. I'm with you on that. The lines weren't like anything really original. I feel like every punchline he said, I think I've heard before from somewhere.
I definitely have. I was the same way. Like, I'm from where if you don't do things right, you'll get fucking left. Like, I've heard that. I've heard that a lot this year. Like on several different artists use that this year.
We're 4 months in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. But the second half, Long Day, I thought was fire. I mean, I listened to this while I was just riding in the car, so I thought it was two different songs. But
yeah, the beats on this were just McNasty nuggets, just insane.
Yeah, the Burning Bridges one I thought was cool. Yeah. I mean, it's the Burning Bridges one is an 808 that's just super distorted, super distorted, just like doom 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 doom. Like, I thought that was cool how that kind of took the lead. Long Day sounds like something that I would have wanted to hear you on.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if he'll give me that.
That one was crazy.
We'll do an extended version. Just throw me on that bitch. Let me just get on there and fuck it up.
Yeah. Well, in what way?
Many ways. I'm going to perform well, and then I'm just going to try to sing at the end, go super off-key, and just completely fuck the song up. Everybody's like, yo, Crypt spazzing! And I start singing, it's like, yo, Crypt sucks! Just like straight 180 on it.
Long Day, I really like the hook on it. But I was thinking about it today also, and I was like, yo, why is he so hyped up about having a long day? Like, isn't having a long day like a bad thing? Like, man, I had a long day today. And he's like, I just had a really long day. Okay. It's like, all right, he's hyped about this tragedy. I don't know. It's just something I thought about.
Everything in that was.
I like contrast.
Like, okay, I'm fucking stressed. Say what with my fucking chest. Yeah. Like, it just.
Yeah, it's
crazy,
like low-key a
energy.
venting song. Yeah. Which I like. I like you vent on an ignorant joint. Like, I like that. I like that a lot.
It's the new wave.
But, yeah, he had great vocals on Long Day too. Like I thought it sounded really good. Like when he like went from okay, I had a really long day. Like the way he like built up his vocal that quickly to be like explode like that, and I thought that was cool. The next one, I got to be honest, I don't remember anything. Hallstatt Interlude.
I don't remember that either. Are there lyrics?
Man,
bro, I'm eating a stale Tootsie Roll right now, and it's killing me. Oh man. Joey, please look at the lyrics on Hallstatt.
Yes, I need that kind of.
Yeah. Ooh, me, ooh, how could, ooh. Beautiful. Poetic.
Man, that was good. Yeah. So Crypt just literally read the lyrics for this interlude. I don't remember anything about this. I don't remember it. I'm sure it sounded beautiful. Great job, Quadeca. That's one of my favorites. All right, Work is the next one. Kind of an interesting strategy here. Something that I like, that I've always kind of been a fan of, where you take your feature and you just really like the way their voice sounds performing the hook, so you just plug them in the hook. And that's it gives more flavor to the song that way, I think. Because that voice is going to come in multiple times, and it's a different voice than what you would expect to hear. Because you think about it, you think about that hook, it doesn't sound like something Quadeca would say on a hook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For Work. So I like that choice there. But it's kind of interesting to think about how that decision came about.
Didn't they both do the hook together?
No.
Are you sure? I definitely thought they did the hook together.
It says they did.
Okay, so I'm not tripping.
We just gonna work until the trap out. I've been grinding all day, about to cash out. Woo. I'm reading it now. Wait, so he said we just gonna work?
I guess so. Like, I always thought, like, I couldn't really distinguish their voices from one another when I first heard it, because I thought they were both doing it together, like, the whole time.
Mm-hmm. I thought he would just like was trying to sound like the same, have the same aesthetic as Quadeca, or Quadeca just chose Play That Boy Zay just because he sounded similar to Quadeca. That's what I thought was kind of going on there.
I can see that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I thought it was Play That Boy Zay the whole time. So I guess I got a little trick there, but. What's interesting about this song is it kind of has a boom bap feel to it. Not as much as It's All a Game, but I thought it was a nice change of pace with that one. It's not one of the ones that I play back a lot.
I've seen a lot of people say it's their least favorite song.
Interesting. It's kind of straightforward, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not as many layers to it, as far as I could tell, as these other songs, and they don't leave you guessing like some of these other songs do, about deeper meanings and stuff. So that's probably why, from like a fan's like perspective,
gotcha.
If I had to take a guess. People Pleaser, apparently though, people were hyping up. You said,
yeah, that was everybody's favorite in my chat, and I had like 800 to 900 people in there, and I listened to the song. I was like, yeah, it's cool, but like, this isn't even in the top 5 for me on this album.
Yeah, well, for you, I understand that.
Yeah,
I do understand.
My
that.
ears are.
It's
weird.
not really your cup of tea. I love the topic though. because it's
The topics-
super relatable. And I think for any artist that gives a damn about their fans, I think it's really relatable.
For sure. And I mean, I said that from the beginning, that the writing top to bottom on this album was very, very good.
Yeah. A lot of honesty, a lot of transparency with it. But yeah, I wish I remembered more. Guapdad 4000's verse, I don't remember falling out of my seat for it, but I don't remember being pissed off at it either. So I guess it was better than IDK's verse in my little memory that I got. But yeah, it's got like a chopped up little, almost folk sounding, sounds like folk trap. I don't know how else to put it.
Interesting.
It's like a little chopped up guitar sample.
Yeah, everybody was saying in my chat, like, if there was a song on this album that was to go on the radio, that was the one. And I don't think so. But I've never been on the radio, so what the fuck do I know?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to be completely honest, Where'd You Go is probably the radio song for me.
I thought Candles on Fire would be the radio song.
That doesn't sound like a radio song to me.
That sounds like a rave. Like, I can hear that in a rave club, like a nightclub that raves and has a lot of people that drink. I can just see it.
Because the hook isn't like crazy memorable. It goes with the flow of the song, but it's not the type of hook that's stuck in your head. You know? Not to me, at least. Like, I played Candles on Fire the other day before the stream started, just because it was like, you know, I just try to play some music to just amp people up, and I thought that was a good song for it.
Yeah.
So, just like I played, like, Let 'Em Talk yesterday on stream. Like,
appreciate it.
I don't know. I just thought it was just a good hype 'em up song, just to get people hyped up. So, that's kind of just how I look at that one, and that's why I think it's in the front of the album, to get you like, oh, man, I'm listening to an album. You know what I mean? I think that's the type of purpose it serves. Kind of like Bad Mood on our album. That's all that really was.
That song puts me in a bad mood.
Hype people up. But yeah, People Pleaser for me kind of falls in the Shades of Us, Smiling at the Ground type of category.
I see that, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Swallowed the Key. We kind of already brushed up on it, but just really, really great great vocals.
Beautiful.
From Quadeca. Probably the best singing vocals I ever heard from him. And look at these lyrics. Ooh, 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 ooh. The last one had a question mark.
Oh, man. This is beautiful. I love that the lyrics to this song have 7,500 views. And, like, everybody's just singing the ooh, 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 ooh. It does have a verse on it, though.
It has lyrics. Yeah, it has lyrics.
Yeah.
But that was just
like,
the intro.
I mean, Work has 0 views. Like, nobody's looked up the lyrics to that song. And it's like a full song. But Swallow the Key, a 1.5 minute interlude, has more lookups than, like, several of the other songs.
Yeah, I wonder if it registers when it hits like 1,000 views or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. There's no way no one has looked at it. But yeah, I don't know. Swallow the Key, great vocals. I think I even tried to I felt a little attacked when I heard that vocal in the car for the first time. When he was like, I want you back here. Like, I can't even do it right now. I don't have the proper, I'm not in the proper position, standing position, you know, like singing from the diaphragm and everything. Yeah. But when he hit that first note, I'm pretty sure in the car I tried to match him really quick. I was like, fuck you, man. I could do that. And then I was
back here.
Yo, but different days.
Life will never be the same as last year.
I'm not a singer. On different days, I could hit that note. On certain days, I can't. And it's really frustrating.
Certain days or most days?
Most days. I think. I don't know. And when my Swallowed the Key cover comes out, you'll know.
I'm excited for that one. I will react to that
one. It's All a Game is really dope.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, great lyrics on that one.
Beat is more down
I feel like he really got a lot off his chest with that one.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
I thought it was a good
it had that boom bap style.
Yeah, the boom bap style, and he didn't like overproduce the beat like a lot of the other ones. And like I felt like it was a good mixture. Cause like
this one sounded like it had a sample.
Probably did, honestly. I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me, sort of. There I go comparing again, but it kind of reminded me a tiny bit of Why Do You Hate the Game? Is that what it's called? Why You Hate the Game? It was on the game's.
I don't
which
know.
album was it? Which album was it? Da. Compton.
Album name. Da.
The game album. Which one was it? Oh my
Joey,
God, I've played it so much in my life.
You've asked me 6 times.
Doctor's Advocate.
All right. Jesus, kept asking me what the fucking name is. I already told you I didn't know. Stop asking me.
Doctor's Advocate. Why You Hate the Game. That's what it kind of reminded me of a little bit.
All right.
And that's a Just Blaze production, so that's why I thought.
Move on to the next one. Jesus.
Yeah. Anyways, what's the next one? I gotta go back here.
Where'd you go?
Yeah, that's still a good song. Still a good song. I think I just heard it a lot. So when I heard it, I was like, ooh, this isn't hitting the same as these other type of songs on the album. But I think I was being a little bit biased, or whatever the negative version of bias is. Well, I guess it could be negative. Bias could be negative. But yeah, that's kind of how I was with Where'd You Go, just because I've heard it a lot. Apparently, he fixed the mix and updated the mix already, even though the album's already out. Kind of confused about that.
Yeah, you can change audios while the album's out, and it'll just update in everybody's phone.
What about iTunes?
Yeah.
Because I bought the album on iTunes, so if I go and listen to it,
it should be fixed.
Play?
Yeah, it's fixed in. You just upload it with the same ICRS code, and it changes it. I've done it before. I've noticed Logic do it on one of his songs with Will Smith.
Okay.
So like,
okay.
The song he did with Will Smith. Hold on, let me look up the lyrics here.
Did the lyrics get changed?
To be different. So it was Will Smith did a line where he says, "Nah, fuck all that," but they blurred out the word "fuck" and did like the reverse reverb on it. So it's like, "Nah, all that." And then I listened to this album. It's on Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. I listened to this album so much because I somehow bought it. I don't remember buying it. I downloaded Homicide with the Eminem song just because I wanted to listen to it in the car. And then randomly when the album dropped, I guess it just said, fuck it, we're going to give you the whole album now. And so I was like forced to listen to this album over and over again because every time I get in my car, my phone just starts playing music. And I just heard the song so many times. And then one day, Logic said, "Nah, forget all that," like in that spot. I was like, what the fuck? That is not what the song said originally. And like, I didn't buy a new version of the song. So that's
kind of dope though.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was going to do to let him talk if we did not fix that issue with the producer today.
Yeah.
I was just going to upload a new ISRC, whatever the fuck the acronym is.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, we had a little hiccup with that song today, but I guess it all got worked out.
Yeah, we're Gucci. I almost fucking murdered myself today.
Shouts to Chase. We're going to shout out Chase.
Shout out to Chase.
Shouts to Chase for being the doctor. The doctor's in the building. He's got his gloves on, and he wants you to drop your pants. All right, so the last song or last two songs here could have been one long song. Maybe it was originally. Who knows? But Summit, Part 1. I really like the hook for it. Kind of a similar producing style that It's All a Game to me, a tiny bit. But I like the hook. It's memorable. But when I was again, like I was trying to collect my thoughts, I was thinking, yo, we're halfway. I think they say we're halfway there. I think we're halfway from it.
Mm-hmm. What
is the difference?
It's like a glass half full, half empty.
I thought of that too, but if you really think about it, a half glass full is kind of a positive way of looking at something.
Yeah.
Half glass empty is a negative way of looking at something.
So the way I thought of it is like, if we're halfway there, we're trying to go there, and we're halfway to getting there. If we're halfway from it, I feel like maybe he's trying to go away, and he's like halfway, like he's not where.
So that's the negative.
Yeah, the halfway from it, I always think is the negative part.
Gotcha. So we're ending this album on a very negative note.
Could be. Well,
Quadeca's pissed.
The genius thing even says glass half full, glass half empty. Fuck these guys. You know what? That's not what it means.
You don't want to be.
I don't want to agree
in
with anyone on
agreeance?
genius. No, not at all. I think Quadeca's just saying the same thing in different ways.
I just noticed he talked about his own song on that, saying, and I know these days aren't just those days, but honestly, these days still hits on most days. I'm pretty sure when I heard that, I was like, huh? But he's talking about his song, These Days.
He did it a couple times. There were some other songs that people pointed out in the live stream.
Gotcha.
I'm not like crazy familiar with his entire discography beyond voice memos, but he
yeah.
out a couple songs, and they made sure to let me know.
Because I love you, but I see in a different view. But you're away. See the whole "I love you" thing. He says "I love you" a lot on this album, so there's some kind of reoccurring theme with that. I see it in a different view, but when you're away, the memories play in a different hue.
I think "View" is the name.
Look at you being a little lyricist.
Lyrical miracle. Ooh.
But yeah. Anyways, yeah. Then the outro for Summit is just, I think it's a great way to end the album. I kept thinking it was ending, like on every like long sustained note, and I was like, oh, that's it. And I was like, nah, he's probably gonna come back with some freaking whatchamacallit? Distortion.
Yep.
Which he did.
A car wreck sound effect, fire hydrants just blowing in the wind.
And then he ends it with a really interesting choice of having a different language. I don't know what language this is. I thought it was Spanish, but this is not Spanish.
It's Japanese. He tweeted about it.
That was Japanese?
Yeah, hold on. Oh, it's Polish.
Translation.
Sorry, Polish. This is a quote from
Polish,
Wanda.
okay.
Polish mountain climber. Mountains in general are the main theme of the album. Okay, yeah.
And
he
there,
talked
this
about
loneliness, which he chooses by himself of his free will, don't treat it as a bad thing. It's just accepted. This is the moment where you can enjoy the solitude and thus enjoy getting back to people. Oh, wow. That's a really
very poetic.
fitting.
Dude, that's why I said the
that's
writing
very fitting.
is just beautiful. Yeah. Like the themes of the mountains, the summits, the peaks, the climbs, the Sisyphus, like the whole story behind Sisyphus. Like it's a guy was punished all of eternity to push a rock up the hill, and every time he gets to the top, the rock falls back down to the hill. He has to go back and push the rock back up the hill. Like, it's just all beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
Very conceptual that I want to just jack off over.
Yeah, for sure. Every day for 5 hours straight.
Wow, okay.
I feel like Joe Laporta is the dude that mastered this album, by the way. And, you know, the mastering engineer's job is to make everything sound as big as possible. Yeah. But loud and, like, lively, though. Like, bring, like, a certain level, a new level of life. That's what a good mastering engineer does. Like, someone who has, like, all the hardware that you need. And I don't have anything like that. You know, I kind of do, like, a cheap version, a home version of mastering when I master my songs.
Well, that makes me comfortable.
But this dude, Joe Laporta, like, has mastered, like, big albums. He's not chopped liver. So I'm really curious to hear what this album sounded like before the master.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I am really curious about that. But it's just one last thing I just wanted to note, because the album does sound really wide, really big. Because of the branding, you kind of get this image of mountains naturally in your head when you're listening to it, because he put mountains into your mind for so long. So yeah, all in all, just an awful album.
Horrible. Just can't believe we had to listen to it.
Yeah, it was torture.
Zero out of 10. Not even close.
Wow, you're being generous.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to at least give him a real life number, just not some imaginary number. You know what? It's a fig out of 10. It's just
a pig?
It's a fig. Just a fig
out
of 10.
They said a pig. I don't know which one's worse.
It doesn't even deserve pig. You think it deserves that title?
But yeah, congratulations, Quadeca, on this album. By the way, what's up with that BS logic reveal, bro? What's with the BS logic reveal of Sisyphus? I want to see the plugins. I want to see the waveforms. I want to see what the hell actually went on. I want to see the automations. I don't want to just see you scroll down the page of the session.
Listen, he had to show the casuals what it was, okay? Guys like me, just to see 700 and whatever the fuck number files it was.
Yeah.
We'll get him on the call, and we'll bitch him out one day and see the behind the scenes of this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, make sure to hit up Quadeca and let him know he needs to jump on Papa Do Podcast.
Yeah, stop asking us. Ask him, you fucks.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Put on the pressure. Because that's what he needs right now. He just spilled his heart out about how he's dealing with all this pressure and stuff. Put more on. Put more on.
Nah,
Speaking of moron, wait, what?
Nice segue. I'm going to let you finish that segue.
I was just going to say I'm ready to listen to some questions, but I'm trying to figure out how we're going to.
Are you calling the fans morons now? Is that what we're into?
I said, speaking of moron, I was stressing the I part.
I want to listen
the moron.
To moron fans to ask us questions.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. All right. That is the end of this episode of the Papa Do Podcast Season 3, Episode 2. Shout out to you guys for stopping by and watching this video. Please follow us on Spotify. Follow us on Stereo if you guys want to pop into the live actual podcast whenever they happen. You can see all the bloopers and hear all the messed up stuff that happps behind the scenes. And
it's a lot.
It's a lot, man. My camera absolutely ate someone's ass today. That was a funny part. So what's happening to your camera?
Yeah.
Anyway, we appreciate you guys for watching this video. If you stuck around, please subscribe. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers right now. Crazy. And yeah, we're going to continue every Sunday recording and upload every Monday. So yeah, you can look forward to that schedule. But that's the end of the Papa Do Podcast. And I'm dabbing right now, and I hope Joey is dabbing on the other end. And until next time, it's been your boy Crypt and Joey. And we will see you in the next Papa Do.
Pre-save Crypt's album.
Papa Do!